यस अक्षर, कार्तिक, कभी कुछ ऐसा देखा हो कि वो लोग जिनके पास किसी भी तरह की पार होती है, वो अपनी पार का, अपने राइट्स का गलत फायदा उठाते हैं? हुआ है कभी ऐसा? कभी कुछ देखा हो आपने?
यस मैम।
तो हमारे मन में कैसी फीलिंग आती है जब हम ऐसे लोगों के बारे में सुनते हैं या पढ़ते हैं या उनको देखते हैं ऐसे काम करते हुए? व्हाट डू वी फील? हाउ डू वी फील when people around us behave like that, when they misuse their power? कोई नहीं बोलेगा. We actually feel angry, और हमें लगता है ना कि जब इनके साथ कुछ बुरा होगा तब ये रियलाइज करेंगे कि इन्होंने क्या गलत किया. So the same thing we are going to talk about through today's chapter. We are going to talk about how the people try to misuse their power, especially those who are powerful. यहाँ पे पावर का मतलब है स्पेशली दैट पावर जहाँ पे लोग, जिनके पास पॉलिटिकल पावर होती है या किंगडम की पावर होती है, एंड दे आर एबल टू मिसयूज दैट पावर, सबको अपने हिसाब से चलाने का राइट मिल जाता है. एंड हाउ दे बिकम सेल्फिश इन देयर ओन वे. बट हर एक गलत काम का एक एंड होता है ना, तो ऐसे ही लोगों का एंड फाइनली एक दिन हो जाता है. So we are going to talk about the same thing. Okay, so I am sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Akshat, Karthik.
Yes ma'am.
Okay, so we are going to talk about the chapter The Tiger King by author Kalki. Yes, सबसे पहले ऑथर के बारे में थोड़ा सा पढ़ेंगे, फिर आगे बढ़ेंगे. कल्की L.R. Krishnamurti, born in 1899 and died in 1954. चलो अक्षत पढ़ो.
मैम क्या पोएट के बारे में पढ़?
हाँ, कल्की आर कृष्णमूर्ति के बारे में पढ़ो.
तमिल राइटर, जर्नलिस्ट, पोएट, short story writer, critic, and Indian independence activist. He was named after Kalki Avatar, the 10th and last avatar of the Hindu god Vishnu.
Yes, so he was a Tamil writer, journalist, poet, short story writer, critic, and an activist who was involved in Indian independence struggle. He was named after Kalki Avatar. किसी को पता है Kalki Avatar के बारे में? Our epic.
Yes, ma'am. It is the.
Yes, Mohit.
Ma'am, it is the upcoming. Ma'am, it is the upcoming avatar of Lord Vishnu in Kali Yuga.
Yes.
Ma'am, he will come when the when the evils are grown up, and he will come in the end of the Kali Yuga.
Yes. In the
he's appearing.
Kalki Avatar is one of the last avatar of Lord Vishnu that will end Kali Yuga, when the evils, the bad deeds of people would cross their extreme. At that time, Kalki Avatar would come and it will end up the time of Kali Yuga. Yes, so he was named after Kalki Avatar, the 10th and last avatar of the Hindu god Vishnu. Yes, okay, let's move further. His writings means his achievements, whatever he has done so far. 120 short stories, 10 novellas. Novellas क्या होते हैं? What are novellas?
Small novels.
Yes, short novels.
Combined are called novels.
Yes, short novels. Novels generally बहुत long होते हैं. So short novels that are not having that much of number of pages, or they are not very lengthy, they are called novellas. 5 novels, 3 historical romances, editorial and political writings, hundreds of films and music reviews. So now we are going to talk about the introduction of the chapter. This is really important for you to note down. So I would advise कि जो पेज जहाँ से चैप्टर बिगिन हो रहा है उसके टॉप पे ये सारा आप जो सटायर और जो थीम है वो लिख लो. The story The Tiger King is a satire on the pride and stubbornness of those in power. Satire means, what is a satire?
Ma'am, some writing.
Indirect comment. Indirect comment. So the Tiger King is an indirect comment on the pride, the false pride and stubbornness of those people who try to misuse their power. Right? Okay. Mohit, better read the rest of the points.
Yes, ma'am. The story, the Tiger King, is a satire on the pride and stubbornness of those in power. The writer takes us the days of autocratic and eccentric kings. These kings lived under the thumb rule of Britishers, hence they feared them. Most of the time, the rulers were not interested in serving the people and working for the welfare of the public. Instead, they spent their time in foolish pursuits. They flouted all laws and bent them. They flouted all laws and bent them to suit their selfish interests. The Maharaja of Patibandhapuram tried to believe what was written in his fate. The chief astrologer has predicted that the cause of his death would be a tiger.
Yes. So, the story, The Tiger King, is a satire on the, ye humne already baat ki, the writer takes us to the days of autocratic and eccentric kings. Autocratic means the one who were ruling their own kingdom, and eccentric means kind of excited and madness was extreme in those kings. They were very particular about certain things. These kings were living under the thumb rule, matlab British power ke under rehte the, hence they used to fear them a lot. Most of the time, the rulers at this time were not interested in looking after the needs of their people or working about the welfare of the public, giving them public amenities. Instead, they were all the time running after one or the other crazy endeavor. कुछ ना कुछ पागलपंतियों वाला उनके दिमाग में चलता था और वो उसी को फॉलो करते थे, even at the cost of their own people. They flouted all laws. Flouted means broke all laws and bent them to suit their, or they used to manipulate the laws according to their interest, whatever suits them. The Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram tried to believe means whatever the astrologer predicted at the time of his birth, he believed it blind-eyed. The chief astrologer at the time of his birth had predicted that his cause of death would be a tiger. So the whole life of this Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram was dominated by the idea of killing all the tigers who will bring a death to his, or who will bring an end to his life. Right? आप लोगों को वो याद है? King Kans.
Tutankhamun.
Mohit, what did you say?
King Tutankhamun. We read in 11th class.
हाँ, Tutankhamun. और आपको उसका याद है? कंस कौन था?
Ma'am, he is Mama of Krishna ji.
Yes, he was the uncle of Lord Krishna. उन्होंने क्या किया था? कंस ने क्या किया था? कंस ने एक वो हुई थी, प्रेडिक्शन हुई थी. क्या प्रेडिक्शन हुई थी?
हम कहाँ तक करा दिया?
Who is this? Harshit, are you there? Is it you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta, we have just started with the chapter, The Tiger King. We have started with the introduction of the chapter, and this is the first part of the introduction. So, have you means analyze the character of King Kans. King Kans ke case mein bhi there was a forewarning, a prediction through Akashvani. Yaad hai? That
yes,
seventh son of Devki, his sister, would kill him. So rest of Kant's life was dominated by the idea of killing all the sons or all the children that Devki brought up, or that Devki gave birth to. The same way here the Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is dominated by the idea of killing all the tigers, because he came to know that tiger would be the root cause of his death. He would be dying due to a tiger. So the craziness The crazy thoughts that we witnessed in case of King Kans, the same kind of thing are going to be witnessed here in case of Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram. He means made his own sister. He made his best friend. Kans made his best friend a prisoner. His sister a prisoner, the one whom he loved the most, just because he was dominated by the idea of his death. He forgot all his relationships. In the same manner, the life of Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is going to be dominated by this idea. He is not going to think about any other thing related to his kingdom. In fact, a line would come in the chapter that he did not attend to any of the duties of a king. He said it clearly that he would attend to them when he had killed the 100 tigers. So here it goes on. Karthik, better read the next, these bullets which are there. Introduction continued.
मैम मैं अभी रीड नहीं कर सकता.
बेटा आप हर बार यही कहते हो मैं रीड नहीं कर सकता. कोई खास प्रॉब्लम? हर्षित, रीड बचा.
Okay. Introduction continued. The king tried his best to believe the prediction. His campaign of tiger hunting was very successful. All his strategies and wise plans worked till he killed 99 tigers. But the 100 tiger eluded him till his death. The irony of fate brings quite an unexpected end of the Maharaja. The hero who killed 99 tiger could kill the only one that was left. The last tiger he thought to be dead survived. The king bullet had missed its mark. Ironically, the 100 tiger which caused his death was not a ferocious beast of blood and flesh. It was a wooden tiger. One of the silver of wood pierced his right hand and caused infection and
Separating.
So, okay.
Yes, continue, bacha.
So it ultimately leads to his death.
Yes. So the king tried his best to believe the prediction that his death would be due to a tiger. So he started, the moment he got 20 years of age, he started his campaign of tiger hunting, and he was extremely successful in all those campaigns. All the strategies, the planning that he did to kill 99 tigers were extremely successful. But the idea of killing the 100 tiger dominated him, disturbed him all the time till his death. Now, he arranged to get the 100 tiger killed, but every time some or the other problem was coming. The last tiger, when it was arranged, the 100 tiger was arranged to be killed, he shot the bullet at the tiger, but it missed him, and the tiger laid flat on his stomach because he was too much shocked by the bullet. The king bullet had missed its mark, but still the hunters who were there accompanying the king on the expedition did not want the king to know about it, that the tiger was not killed. So they killed the tiger themselves, and the king was given the news that the tiger had died. After this, the king became extremely relaxed. He got now it was the birthday of his third child. And on the birthday of this child, the king decided to give him something extraordinary. So what did he do? He went to the market of Pratibandhapuram and he got a wooden tiger. The wooden tiger was not that good, means was not that much greatly built up. It was built by a craftsman who had not given it the final finishing. All the corners and the marks of the wood areas were very rough. So when he gifts this tiger to the son gets very happy and the king starts playing with him. The pricking part of this tiger, the silver area of this tiger, pricks the hand of the king and it becomes a sore. It becomes a wound, and it is all the time the wound is not able to heal. It becomes and all the time disturbing wound, pus, blood all come out of it, and finally the infection reaches whole of his right hand, and finally he dies due to the infection. So this is how the fate of this king is ultimately decided, and actually it overparts his whole life. Yes. So we will talk about the theme of this lesson. Firstly, I want you all to open your books because there are so many linguistic things that we need to understand. The chapter is a longer one. So we'll try to read some of these parts, and I hope now you will be able to relate to this part of the chapter because the first, second part, you know the story already, that what is the story and how it is going to take place. Yes. So on this note, Akshat, firstly, have you all taken out your books? Akshat?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but just start reading from the beginning of the chapter in your book.
Ma'am, from the book.
Yes, from the book.
The Maharaja of Pratibandapuram is the hero of this story. He may be identified as His Highness Jamidar General Suledar Major Satyagraha Samhari Maharaj Adhiraja Viswa Bhuana Samrat Sir Jilani Jung Bahadur MAD ACTC or CRCK, but this name is often shortened to the Tiger King. I have come forward to tell you why he came to be known as Tiger King.
Okay, now
I
wait.
have no intention.
Wait. Now, अब देखो जो first paragraph, this is all about the different names of the same Maharaja. The Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is the hero of this story, and these all, the next 4 lines are the names of this Maharaja. Zamedar General, Khiledar Major, Satyagraha Samari, Maharaj Adhiraja Vishwa Bhuvna Samrat, Sir Jilani Jung Bahadur, Mad ACTC CRCK, but he was known by the nickname Tiger King. So these are all the names of the same Maharaja of Pratibandhapur. Yes, Akshat, continue better.
I have come forward to tell you why he came to be known as Tiger King. I have no intention of pretending to advance only to end in a strategic withdrawal. Even the threat of a Stuka bomber will not throw me off track. The Stuka, if it likes, can beat a hasty retreat from my story. Right at the start, it is imperative to disclose a matter of vital importance about the Tiger King. Everyone who reads of him
हम
will
आपकी स्क्रीन
experience
शेयर नहीं हो
the natural desire to meet a man
Yes,
of
एक minute बचा, एक minute Akshat. Yes, beta, who was speaking?
हम आपकी स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं हो रही
अभी explain करूंगी बच्चा. Let Akshat read a bit, then I'll explain. Okay. Yes, Akshat, continue.
Everyone who reads of him will experience the natural desire to meet a man of his in, indomitable courage face to face. But there is no chance of its fulfillment. As Bharata said to Rama about the Shastra, the Tiger King has reached the final abode of all living creatures. In other words, the Tiger King is dead. The manner of is that is a matter of extraordinary interest. It can be revealed only at the end of the film. The most fantastic aspect of his demise was that as soon as he was born, astrologer had foretold that one day the Tiger King would actually have to die.
Okay,
The
now
child
Akshat,
will-
stop. Akshat, stop. So we came to
Okay.
know about the different names of Maharaja. Now the narrator is trying to tell us that why he came to be known as Tiger King. Now he is not pertaining, or he is not intending to give us a strategic withdrawal. He is not talking about the art of war or anything. Even Stuka bomber. Stuka bomber is an aircraft that was used in German Navy or German armies. So it is urgent, it is very important. Means this is a technique that Kalki has utilized to elaborate more that how, so that we can delve more into the character of the Tiger King. So he says it is urgent to know, or it is very important to know, that why he was called the Tiger King. Yes, everyone who used to know about him, everyone who used to read about him would like to meet such a character like Tiger King, who was having indomitable will. Indomitable means unconquerable. Indomitable courage face to face, but there was no such chance. That's why the narrator has taken the effort, has taken the pains to describe the character of Tiger King to us, his personality, in the best possible words, so that we are able to imagine what kind of a man was the Tiger King. So it gives us an illusion, as Bharat said to Rama about Dasharatha, that the Tiger King has reached the final abode of all living creatures. Which is the final abode of all living creatures? Which is the final abode? Anyone make a guess?
Death.
Death, yes. Every human being who has been born on earth has to die one day. So the Tiger King had reached the final abode. That's why we can't meet him even after reading him, even after being impressed by his character. In other words, the Tiger King is dead. So the manner of his death is a matter of extraordinary interest, and the manner in which he dies is going to arouse our interest. Why? Because a man, we know the story now, a man who kills 99 tigers with his own indomitable will is killed by a small toy tiger. That's why the thing becomes a matter of extraordinary interest. It can be revealed, it can be explained only at the end of the tale. So he's not taking out the surprise from us. The most fantastic aspect of his death was that as soon as he was born, astrologers had foretold, astrologers had given a forewarning, had predicted that one day Tiger King would actually have to die. Obviously, every human being who has been born has to die one day or the other, right? So this is the prediction that goes on in the next paragraph, that the child will grow up to become the warrior of warriors. Means he will be extreme.
Your voice is breaking.
Akshat, is it still breaking? Yes. Is my voice still breaking, boys?
No, ma'am. No, it's
Okay. Okay, then I'll continue. So the child now grew up, the child will grow up to be extremely strong, extremely efficient warrior. He would be the hero of heroes, means he will be extremely powerful. He will be extremely having all the strength of a champion. Nobody would be able to defeat him. But this, after saying this, but they kept their lips quiet and they gulped their breath inside, swallowed hard like this. They swallowed their breath inside. Why? Because something odd was there. So when they were forced to continue, the astrologers finally came out with the prediction that this is a secret which should not be revealed at all. This is a kind of secret. This is a kind of thing that should not be told, or that should not be explained to people at all. But yet we are forced to speak out because he is a king. So the child born under this nakshatra or star will one day have to meet his death. So it was quite obvious. So at that very moment, a great miracle took place. So what is that miracle? Let us see. Mohit, read. Mohit, are you there? Yes, Bacha, read. At that very moment.
At that very moment, a great miracle took place. An astonishing face emerged from the lips of the 10th-day-old Jilani Jung Bahadur. O wise prophets! Everyone stood, transfixed in stupefaction. They looked widely at each other and blinked. O wise prophets! It was I who spoke. This time there were no grounds for doubt. It was the infant born just 10 days ago who had enunciated the word so clearly. The chief astrologer took off his spectacles and gazed intensely at the baby. All those who are born will one day have to die. We don't need your predictions to know that. There would be some sense in it if you could tell us the manner of that threat. The royal infant uttered these words in his little squeaky voice. The chief astrologer placed his finger on his nose in the wonder. A baby, barely 10 days old, opened its lips in speech. Not only that, it also raises intelligent questions, incredible rather like the bulletins issued by the War Office. Then facts, the chief astrologer took his fingers off his nose and fixed his eyes upon the little prince. Prince was born in an hour of the bull. The bull, can you please scroll down?
Yes. Mohit, continue reading.
Ma'am, can you please scroll down now?
Okay, wait.
It is not. Yes, ma'am. The prince was born in the hour of the bull. The bull and the tiger are enemies. Therefore, death comes from the tiger, he explained. Should I continue?
Yes, continue.
Yes. You may think that the crown prince, Jamjan Bahadur, was thrown into a quake when he heard the word tiger. That was exactly what did not happen. As soon as he heard it pronounced, the crown prince gave a deep growl. Terrifying words emerged from his lips. Let tigers beware. This account is only a rumor rife in Pratibandhapuram, but hindsight, we may conclude it was based on some truth.
Yes.
Second
okay.
part starts from.
No, Mohit, wait. Yes. So now how it goes on that they were not able to utter the truth at that time. They were forced to reiterate the truth at that very moment. A great miracle took place. What was this great miracle, Harshit? What was this great miracle? What was this great miracle, Harshit? Anybody? Akshat, Karthik? You can raise your hand. What was the great miracle that is talked about here? Yes, Mohit.
Ma'am, that a 10-day infant child was speaking.
Yes.
From his lips.
Yes, a 10-day-old child was speaking. Yes, he started speaking. Jilani Jung Bahadur, who was just 10 days old, means the Tiger King, who was just 10 days old after his birth, he started speaking, "O wise prophets." Now everyone was completely shocked in stupidity. Stupefaction means stupidity. They looked at each other and they were blinking their eyes like this in shock. So he repeated again, "O wise prophets, it was I who spoke." Don't get so surprised. It is I, it is me who is speaking. This time there were no basis of any kind of doubt. So they actually believed their eyes and ears. The infant, the baby who was born 10 days back was speaking the words, was pronouncing the words so clearly. Is it possible? Is it possible a 10-day-old baby speaking?
No, ma'am, never.
No, that is why it is called a great miracle. Yes? So all those who are born will one day have to die. Now, the chief astrologer looked at the baby. He removed his spectacles and he was staring intently at the baby. That is it the baby or some miracle or somebody else is speaking. So now the baby continued. All those human beings who are born on this earth have to die one day. You prophets are for what? To tell us that we are going to die? We already know it that we are going to die. But it will be sensible if you would be able to tell us that what way the death will come. So The little baby was saying all this in his shrilly voice. Squeaky means shrilly voice. So the chief astrologer put his finger on his nose in surprise. A baby who was just 10 years old, he was speaking. Not only that, he was asking intelligent questions. So nobody was able to believe their eyes and ears. Incredible, unbelievable. It was all like the bulletins that used to come at the time of wars, that there were so many things that were not believable, but people used to believe them because they were written as a part of news. So the chief astrologer took the finger from his nose and he started looking at the boy, explaining that, "Oh prince, you are born in the hour of bull." आपने देखा है जब हम एस्ट्रोनॉमी की बात करते हैं तो 12 साइंस होते हैं. Yes, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpion. Do you remember all those 12 signs of astronomy? Birth signs? Yes. So,
Ma'am, Rashi.
हाँ, in Hindi you call it Rashi. उसमें different signs बने होते हैं. तो he was told that he was born in the hour of bull, and bull is an enemy of tiger. So the king will be dying because of a tiger. The astrologer explained that the king will be dying because of a tiger. Now, as audience, the narrator is saying that you must be thinking that Prince Jangjang Bahadur was thrown into a quake. He was so surprised, into a shock when he heard the word tiger. But actually, nothing like that happened. As soon as he heard the word tiger, he pronounced, means the word was pronounced, the crown prince, the young prince gave a deep sound, and the challenging words, the fearful words appeared from his lips, came out from his lips. The words were, "Let tigers beware." Means, let tigers be afraid of me. Let tigers leave my land, otherwise they will die because of me. I am not going to be fearful of any tiger. So he challenged indirectly that no tiger can kill me. I am going to kill as many tigers who will be existing in my land. So this account is only a rumor rife in Padma Pratibandhapuram. So this account, nobody knows whether it was a real story or not, but people say that it was a well-known incident in the land of Pratibandhapuram. But with the further incident, as it goes on, we will be able to conclude that it was having some kind of truth, maybe not true, but some kind of truth actually existed in this story. Yes. Okay. Harshit beta, read.
Crown Prince Jangjang Bahadur grew taller and stronger day by day. No other miracle marked his childhood days apart from the events already described. The boy drank the milk of an English cow, was brought up by an English nanny, taught in English by an Englishman, saw nothing but English films, exactly as the crown princes of all the other moms seen visual news.
Beta, just a minute. Yes, now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Exactly as the crown princes of all other Indian states did. When he came of age of 20, the state which had been with the court of gods until then came into his hands. But everyone in the kingdom remembered the astrologer prediction. When he continued to discuss the matter, slowly it came to the Maharaja's ears. There were innumerable forests in the Pratibandhapuram state. They had tigers in them. The Maharaja knew the old saying, "You may kill even a cow in self-defense." There could be certainly no objection to killing tigers in self-defense. The Maharaja started out on tiger hunt. The Maharaja was thrilled beyond measure when he killed his first tiger. When he sent for the state astrologer and showed him the dead beast. What do you say now? He demanded. Your Majesty may kill 99 tigers in exactly the same manner, but the astrologer drawled. But what? Speak without fear. But you must be very careful with the 100 tigers. What if 100 tigers were also killed? Then I will tear up all my books on astrology, set fire to them, and I shall cut off my tuft, crop my hair short, and become an insurance agent. The astrologer finished on an incoherent note. From that day onwards, it
Okay, beta, stop.
was celebration time.
Harshit, stop. Yes. So here it goes on. Now, the Crown Prince Jangjang Bahadur grew taller and stronger. He was growing up as a young boy, then as a prince, as a adult. No other miracle took place after the childhood days when he had spoken as a 10 days old. The boy was drinking. Now he's grown up, means his upbringing was done like any other prince of an Indian state. The English influence was so much that all the kings used to upbring their sons in the English manner. The boy drank the milk of an English cow. He was brought up by an English nanny and tutored in English language by an Englishman. And he was not allowed to see anything but only English films, exactly as the other crown princes of all other Indian states were doing. See the influence of English people. When he became 20 years old, the state which was under the court of wards, means the wards, the courtiers were taking care of the court, the upbringing of the state. So now the control came into the hands of the king. Everyone in the kingdom remembered the astrologer's prediction. Now everyone was talking about that prediction that the king would die because of tiger. So now many people started discussing the matter, and it reached Maharaja's ears also. There were a number of forests around the land of Pratibandhapuram, and there were so many tigers in them. So the Maharaja knew the old saying that it is not a crime to kill somebody when you are doing it in a self-defense. So he was doing it as a self-defense. Do you agree? Maharaja was doing it as a self-defense. Yes, boys. Do you agree? Maharaja was killing the tigers as a self-defense. Was he really doing it as a self-defense? No, he did not do it as a self-defense. He was doing it as a precautionary measure. The Maharaja started now a tiger hunt. He was too much excited when he killed his first tiger, and he called the state astrologer to show the dead body of the tiger. Now he asked, "What do you say now? Do you really think that a tiger is going to kill me?" Now the astrologer explained, "Oh, my majesty, oh, your highness, you may be able to kill 99 tigers, but..." Now he again hesitated. So the king ordered, "Speak without fear. You must be very careful with the 100 tigers. So the astrologer explained that 99 tigers you will be able to kill like a piece of cake very easily. But with 100 tiger, you need to be very, very careful. And now the king challenged, "What will happen if I'll kill the 100 tiger also?" So now the astrologer couldn't say anything loudly to the king because the king was having power. So he mumbled, he whispered to himself, "I will tear up all my books on astrology." I'll tear up means if you are going to do this, then you will put my astrology wrong. So I'll tear out all my book. I'll put them on fire. I shall cut off my tuft. Tuft is, आपने देखा पंडितों की चोटी होती है पीछे, they keep a small tuft of hair. Yes, I'll crop my hair short. मैं अपने बाल बिल्कुल कटवा दूंगा and become an insurance agent. I'll leave this profession and join some other profession as an insurance agent. And he was speaking in an incoherent tone. Incoherent means something that is not easily understandable. So he was mumbling to himself. So now he is going to, he inside his heart knows that this is going to be the fate of the king, but he cannot say it definitely because the king has power to punish him for death, punish him with death. That's why astrologer doesn't say anything much, right? So now, Akshat, read. Akshat?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, bacha, read. Third part onwards.
From the day onwards, it was celebration time for all the tigers inhabiting Pratibandhpura. The state banned tiger hunting by anyone except the Maharaja. A proclamation was issued to the effect that if anyone dared to dare to flying so much as a stone at a tiger, all his wealth and property would be confiscated. The Maharaja wo- vowed he would attend to all matters only after killing the 100 tigers. Initially, the king seemed well set to release his ambition. Not that he faced no danger. There were times when the bullet missed its mark. The tiger leapt upon him and he fought the beast with his bare hands. Each time it was the Maharaja who won. Then at another time he was in danger of losing his throne.
Beta,
A
Akshat,
high
beta,
ranking
stop. Akshat, beta, wait a minute. Somebody, I think, is on the door. The bell has been rung. Just a minute. I'm coming in a minute. Okay. Yes, Akshat, beta, start. Sorry for the interruption. Yes, Akshat, continue.
at another time. At, an- at another time, he was in danger of losing his throne. A high-ranking British officer visited Pratibandhpura. He was very fond of hunting tigers and fonder of being photographed with the tigers he had shot. As usual, he visited to hunt tigers in Pratibandhpura, but the Maharaja was firm in his resolve. He refused permission. I can organize any other hunt. You may go on a boar hunt. You may conduct a mouse hunt. We are ready for a mosquito hunt. But Tiger had that's impossible. The British officer's secretary sent word to the Maharaja through the Diwan that the Durai himself did not have to kill the tiger. The Maharaja could do the actual killing. What was important to the Durai was a photograph of himself holding the gun and standing over the tiger carcass. But the Maharaja would not agree even to this proposal. If he relented now, what would he do if another British officer turned up for tiger hunts. Thus, he prevented a British officer from fulfilling his desire. The Maharaja stood in danger of losing his kingdom itself. The Maharaja and the Diwan held deliberation over this issue. As a result, a telegram was dispatched forthwith to a famous British company of jewelers in Calcutta. Sent samples of expensive diamond rings of different designs. Some 50 rings arrived. The Maharaja sent the whole lot to the British officers good. The king and the minister expected the Durrasani to choose one or two rings and send the rest back. Within no time at all, the Durrasani sent a reply. Thank you very much for your gifts. Within 2 days, a bill for 3 lakh of rupees came from the British jewelers. The Maharaja was happy that though he lost 3 lakh of rupees, he had managed to retain his kingdom.
Yes. Okay. Akshat, stop beta. So I hope you are able to understand that what all Maharaja compromised for the sake of hunting tigers. Yes, from that day onwards, it was celebration time for all the tigers that were living in Pratibandhapuram. Yes, tiger hunting was banned by anyone except Maharaja. Why it was celebration time for all the tigers? Anyone?
Ma'am, because the tiger now only have to be secured from the Maharaja only, not the else.
Yes, not only the tigers have to be fearful of Maharaja, but also if they are going to be killed, not a common ordinary man will be able to kill them, but only the royal majesty would be able to kill them. So this is ironical that this is too much exaggerated, but still the writer has tried to give us a glimpse at how Maharaja was crazy about the tiger hunt. Yes, Mohit.
Ma'am, can you please once again explain that how the tigers were, it is a celebration time for the tigers?
Yes, celebration time. It was a celebration time for tigers, but because not only they will be means having the only one enemy, that is the king, who will be coming to kill them, but also they will not be means we are talking about the status symbol, that the tigers will not be killed by an ordinary man, but only the royal majesty, but only the king. So they will be dying at the royal hands only, right? So now the tigers will be having an upper status. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
So as a result, the state had passed a rule and the tiger hunting was banned by everyone in the state except the king. Only the king could hunt a tiger, nobody else. So a notice, an announcement, proclamation means announcement was issued to the effect that if anyone tried to object to the law or flout the law, come against the law, or even is going to throw a stone at a tiger, killing is far away. Even if you harm the tiger in any way, all your wealth, property will be confiscated. Confiscated means taken away from you forcefully. So the Maharaja took an oath that he would attend to all the other matters of his kingdom only after killing 100 tigers. So initially he was all very excited, all set to realize his ambition. It was not there that he did not face any kind of danger, but his luck favored him, that even at times when the bullet missed its mark and the tiger used to attack the king, he used to fight the beast with his empty hands, and each time it was the Maharaja who was winning because his luck favored him, his fortune favored him. That's why he was never defeated by any tiger. So this continues, and how he was on the verge of losing his throne, losing his kingdom to Britishers. The next part of the page is talking about that tale. So we'll talk about this in next class. Please go through the story once so that we are able to quickly wind up the reading and we are able to talk about the critical points of the story. Yes? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So on this note, you people can start leaving.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye, ma'am.
थैंक यू। Karthik, are you there? You can also leave.